thou shalt have no other gods before me. And if you understand who you are, if you understand self, if you understand consciousness, thou shalt have no other gods before me is referring to don't worship anything outside yourself. That is what the first commandment, thou shalt not have any other gods before me. Don't worship anything. Don't worship Jesus, don't worship Buddha, don't worship Muhammad, nothing outside of you. Don't do that. Those are our brothers. Another commandment. This is the best one. Um, Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. And this is, what is the Lord's name? What is the Lord's name? Hmm? When Moses went up and to the children and he said, who shall I say sent me? Huh? When he said that I am, the I am. Don't take it in vain. When you say I, remember you are God. When you say I am, you're invoking the divine presence within you, within us. Don't add anything negative to that. It will come true. If you say, I am sick, I am poor, I anything negative that's taking the Lord's name in vain, it will come through. You're when you say I, you're going into the divine power. That's who you are. I I am. Your subconscious get its programming from that I am. So when you say anything negative, the subconscious is just gonna automatically think that's what you want. When you talk about other people, the subconscious think it's talking about you. The subconscious doesn't ask, "Oh, what?" No, you. So that's when the Bible's commandment said, do not take the Lord God. Stop using I am when you invoke the I am. I am rich. I am well. I am wealthy. I am okay. I am blessed. I am beautiful. Tell me, you see why we struggle? I'm poor. I am so poor. I am rich. That's what the Bible said. Let the poor say, I am rich. Let the weak say, I am strong. So remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. And this Sabbath day, a day is a period of time. A day is a period of time. And I could go into this by saying um, that Sabbath is we're in the Sabbath right now because we're in creation and creation is already done and um and everything and creation is finished and everything is allowed to us on if we know that creation is already finished and if we know that we have access to everything we could ask or think. If we could understand when the Bible said it's finished, it's finished. When he says creation is finished and then put us here, that means we have access to everything. Everything we could ask or think. So that's why you can't say add nothing negative to the I am, because everything we want is afforded to us. We just don't know who we are. We just don't understand the power that lives within us. We just don't understand that. So when we come into the knowledge of self, when you understand who you are, you hear this lady talking about the creative power is done. We have access to all the blessings, the healing, everything. What the scripture is telling us, that whatever we want with our mind, with our thought, with our emotion, we can manifest it. You hear everyone talking about manifesting it in our lives. But you have to understand who you are. This is what these 10 commandments is telling us. Find self. Go within. Go within. Everything is given to you. Come, see the table filled with fine things. Eat, be merry. Everything. We struggle because we don't understand this. We don't understand the creative power, that divine power that created this earth is still within us. Even though the Bible tells us nothing can separate us from that power. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. And I come to the understanding our mother, our father are the two creative energies, electricity, magnetism, masculine, feminine, mother, and father. If you look at it physically, you think it's talking about your parents. And yes, we should honor our parents. But on a deeper meaning, it's talking about everyone tell you we're energy beings, we're consciousness, and we're energy beings. And there's two energies that makes us up. Makes us up, and it's um electricity and magnetism, electromagnetism. And magnetism normally represents the feminine aspect of us. That's where we get our ego. The electricity, we get that from the masculine aspect of us, which give us our individuality. So that's why we can't get rid of our ego. The goal is for us to be, and I'm just thinking about this yesterday, more electric than magnetism. The magnetism, it creates the physical aspect of who we are, the visible aspect of creation. The visible aspect of creation. But we also need to be more electric. When we're more electric, we're more conscious. That I-ness, we're more into that I am, that I-ness aspect of ourselves. That means we're raising our consciousness, and we're vibrating higher. And the rest of the commandments, I'm just going to read these, because you only can do these if they just fall under one heading: ego. This is ego. When you do these things, you're in your ego. You don't have knowledge of self. You're vibrating so low. And the only way to not do this is to vibrate higher, come into the knowledge of yourself. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt, these things that we call sin, these things that we call sin, it just have to do with your ego. You're too much in your ego. That's why you you do these things. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ass, nor anything that is in thy neighbor's. So these are all, these last 5 or 6, it has to do with your ego. If you're in your ego, so if you want to help yourself, if you want to vibrate high, you listen to this and you're like, I want to raise my consciousness, and you feel when you're still covered in, you can say, oh my God, I'm too much in my flesh, I'm too much in myself. You know, when you raise your consciousness, you don't have any thoughts of these. You don't commit adultery. And adultery, we could go another place, that it's commit adultery when you serve other gods. When you are worshiping anything outside yourself, you're committing adultery too. So that's it. And it can be immorality when you're in your lower chakra, that red, if you want to understand it, your lower chakra, the hell aspect of yourself, you tend to commit these adultery stuff. So everything in the 10 Commandments is for you to raise your vibrational energy, to raise your consciousness awareness, to overcome your ego. Do not kill, do not steal. Let me tell you about our ego. Our ego is just trying to satisfy our needs. That's why you're gonna feel, oh, go take Miss Jane car over there, because it's telling you that, because you're in your ego. That's why you have to get over it. Ego, it's not um that it's bad, but we need it in some issue, we need it sometimes. That's why it was given to us. But it can't rule our lives. It can't rule our lives. We have to um, put it under subjection. We can't let it say, oh, you don't need anybody. It's me, me, me. Everything has to be about you. It's all about what you want. You have to think about others. And that's when you're in your low vibration. Someone say you're vibrating low when you're in too much in your ego. Thou shalt not kill, don't steal, don't tell lies. Don't tell lies. Be authentic. Even little white lies. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. What happened? Just tell the truth, whatever the consequences are. And don't covet what your neighbor have. You don't know where they get it from. You don't know how hard they work. You don't know if they steal it. So you're just bringing on that energy into you. You don't know what people are going through their lives. And these are just basic things that will help us raise our consciousness. So we don't have no excuses. The 10 Commandments let us understand how to raise our consciousness, get out of self, and understand that whatever your neighbor have, you can have it. You have the divine power to receive anything that you want. So the basis of expressing God is to raise your consciousness, is to raise your vibrational energy, is to love one another, is to I hope you understand the 10 Commandments as it was said today, and just love and raise your it's full time. Everybody know that we're divine beings, and you do not die. You really don't. We'll leave this flesh, and energy does not die. We're energy beings. We do not die. And we're just here. And as the Christ letters tell us, we're here to express God and to come into our higher selves.